Anyway, so I was in the 6th grade, most likely around the age of 12, and I had friends in the neighborhood that were went to my school. 12 is crazy. Bro, it is. I'm not gonna lie, bro, it is. And anyway, I had friends in the neighborhood that I would skateboard with and ride bikes with, and believe it or not, I actually played guitar. Well, some of my viewers might already know that I used to play guitar. And so I would be hanging out with kind of skater kids, rock and roll kids, and that kind of thing. And this kid, that was one of my friends in the neighborhood, his name was Jackson, and he was a drummer. He was an insane drummer, and I'm not kidding, bro. This guy was bro, I am not kidding, and I'm not joking. This guy was probably about 250 pounds at the age of 12, and he was probably 4 feet tall. He was very, very overweight. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just trying to paint the picture more vividly. 250 pound 12-year-old drummer that goes to my school, and I had known him for a long time because we've been in the same school district ever since I could remember. And so me and him are pretty cool, we're just hanging out and playing. We were really trying to make a band together because we knew a bunch of people that were kind of into the same thing as us, playing instruments and rock and roll music and all that kind of stuff. He was a real life chode, gang. I'm not gonna lie about that, bro. You nailed that one on the head, bro. But anyway, I was hanging out with him because we both liked music, and I was like, damn, he's a badass drummer. We could low-key start playing music together and stuff. And so I start going over to his house, and he's playing drums, and I'm playing guitar, and we're kind of just hanging out, having fun, trying to make some music and stuff. And one day he's like, hey, do y'all want to go smoke some weed? My dad smokes weed, and I steal it from him, and I go get high in the woods. And I was like, what? Nah. I was kind of skeptical at first, but then the first time he asked me, I don't think I did it, but then a few of my friends had ended up doing it with him. A few of my best friends, my friend Dylan and my friend Brandon had ended up doing it with him. So I was like, nah, it can't be that bad, right? So I start actually, I go with them. And I go with them to try it out. So I go with them, and I start smoking with them. Now, this is the thing. I don't think I ever actually got high during these ordeals with Jackson, because I didn't understand that you had to inhale smoke. I would just puff it into my mouth and then just blow it out. And if you don't actually inhale it into your lungs, nothing will happen. So that's what would happen to me. I'm proud to say I never touched vape or cigarettes. Gang, that is tremendous, bro, and I hope you don't, because it's not worth it. It's stupid. It's a waste of money. It just turns you into a fucking idiot for no reason. I would not recommend it, bro. And so anyway, I don't think I ever actually got high, but yeah, I ended up going I don't know if every day, but a lot of days, to go to the woods and smoke weed with Jackson. And so we ended up just doing that. And so one day Jackson's like, hey man, let's go do our thing. But I was with one of my friends that was a basketball kid, and his name was Isaiah, and he was one of my best friends, dude. And I was like, hey, Isaiah, me and Jackson are about to go to the woods and smoke weed. Do you want to go with us? And he looks at me with like the craziest face ever. He looks at me just like this. Like he saw a ghost. And he turns around and Usain Bolts all the way back to his house, which was maybe only about 2 blocks away at the time. And right then and there, I knew something was up and something was gonna happen, because his mom is friends with my mom, and they know each other. And me and him were on the football team together, and we just like I knew I wasn't gonna be able to avoid his mom telling my mom if that's what he did. And so, not like we go and do our thing and then nothing happened. Well, we had a football game. You know what? Now that I'm getting to this part, it had to have been 7th grade due to one reason, because I was already on my school football team. So it had to have been 7th grade. And so, like, it's my next football game, and I play the game, and my mom is waiting there at the school to pick, like, cause she went to all my football games, so she was at the game, and she's waiting in the car for me to come outside. It was a home game, so we were at my school, and so my mom is waiting in the car to pick me up, and I get in the car, and she just straight up asks me, Blake, have you been smoking dope? And I just broke out in tears. Like, I couldn't lie, because I already knew that the gig was up, bro. I already knew the gig was up, and I was like, yes. And she asked me who I was doing it with, and I completely ratted, bro. I completely ratted. I told on Jackson, I told on Isaiah, or not Isaiah, I told on Jackson, I told on Brandon, and I told on Dylan. I told that all of us were doing it, bro. It was a straight up narc move. And so my mom drives me to Brandon's house. Brandon's mom starts verbally abusing him in front of me and my mom. And Brandon somehow doesn't understand that the gig is up, so he's completely denying it. No, I didn't do that, and this and that. And so that goes nowhere, because he won't admit it. He's just like, no, I didn't do it. And so I just freaking, like, we just leave and go to Jackson's house. My mom beats on his door, and it's at nighttime, bro. It's already probably 10 or 11 o'clock, because it was after the football game. And she beats on Jackson's door until his dad comes outside. And Jackson was also outside. And, like, my mom asked him about it, and, like, Jackson doesn't lie. He's like, yeah, we've been, like, smoking. And Jackson's dad didn't give a shit. Like, Jackson's dad literally could have cared less. Because he already knew Jackson was, like, stealing weed and, like, smoking. He really didn't care. So he was like, can you please just leave my house, lady? Like, I really don't care. But this is the main part. This is one of the other parts of the story that's kind of foul. So after I go back to school the next day, Isaiah, I see him there, and I pressed him. I was like, Isaiah, you motherfucker. You told my mom that I was blowing that loud. Are you kidding me? And I was like making verbal and physical threats to him. Like, I was telling him I was gonna bash his skull in. I was telling him all types of crazy shit, bro. And guess what happens? He tells on me again that I was threatening him. And so the freaking school counselors pull me in there. They're like, yeah, we heard what happened, and we heard you're threatening Isaiah, and we had to tell your mom. And my mom comes and picks me up from school and immediately just smacks me in the back of the head as hard as she can and just starts screaming at me that what the hell am I doing, because I was smoking and I was threatening Isaiah, and it was a whole thing. And she was telling me I was going to get kicked off the football team because she was going to tell my coaches, and it was a horrible scenario. It was a terrible scenario, bro. You still close with any of them? Like, not close because they live in my old city. I moved to this city whenever I was 15. So I'm not close with any of them, but I'm friends with all of them on Facebook and stuff. So, like, you know, they still drop a like on my posts here and there, you know, this and that. But yeah, not necessarily close, but we're still tapped in on social media and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of the first time I got busted smoking that loud. And then I tried to threaten one of my best friends that told on me. And yeah, it's not a cool story, bro. That story is not to glorify any of that. I don't recommend kids smoking. I don't recommend anyone smoking, to be honest. I don't smoke anymore, and I did for a long time, and I don't anymore because I don't think it's productive. I think you're pretty much just turning yourself into an idiot for no reason. But I mean, I don't blame you if you do it, because I did it for years. I know a lot of people that do it, but to me personally, I just feel like it ruins my productivity. So